Hello and welcome. I am Lady Calamere. I am doing my 306th presentation, and it will be on Baphomet. Baphomet, also pronounced Baphomet, is a very, by some, misunderstood concept, figure, image. Baphomet, as we know him now, or her, or he, she now, the hermaphroditical image, or depending on some images that are purely, now made purely masculine, as such as this. Pretty masculine here, I would say. And that is to like make him look like Satan, or I'll get into that. The image of Baphomet, as we know today, was created and for symbolism. So there's a lot of symbolism, like a tarot card. It was created by Eliphas Levi in 1854. In his book, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it in French, but it's The Dogmas and Rituals of High Magic. And also you'll see him on the cover of Eliphas Levi's book, Transcendental Magic. And up front, you can understand why some people might get scared or have superstitions. Baphomet has been made popular through Hollywood, through films, and especially metal music. I mean, you have a band called black metal band called Baphomet. You look at the Slayer, one of my favorite bands, Show No Mercy album by Slayer. And you'll see him in other bands' music like Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black Mark. Really great album. I love Bathory. But we're going to be discussing, there's so much to discuss. This is going to be a long video, so take notes. So anyways, we got Baphomet, and it's actually called Baphomet. I don't know where I put the box at. I'm still unpacking, y'all. And we got this Baphomet. We got this one that I just bought. And then we have this. So we see Baphomet even in, by theistic Satanists and atheistic Satanists, and even by different temples and stuff. But is Baphomet evil? Is Baphomet even a being? To some, Baphomet has been answering people and has been granting people things. Baphomet goes back, though, the name, to the Knights Templar, which was eradicated. Well, some of them escaped, but in 1312 by King Philip and Pope at that time. Anyways, don't want to get into a big story about this, but originally Baphomet was thought to be a head, and they said that when they broke this head, it was a statue of a goddess in it. Others say, no, it was a head with 3 faces. Others say it was a severed head they worshipped. Others say it was 3 heads. And these together. And these were basically to make the Knights Templar look evil, and was obtained through severe torture methods. Basically, it got to a point where I'll say whatever you want, just stop the torture. Just kill me already. So, yeah, there's that. But I really want to get, I don't even know where to begin about this. But where do I begin? I would like to say let's begin at the beginning, and that's with the Templars. So some people say Baphomet, like in the song of A Lesson in Violence by Exodus, they say Baphomet. And either way is up to you. Either way, it is up to you to decide how you would like to pronounce it. So, anyways, looking at Baphomet, you will see that, oh, really, cats? Do you really have to do it now? Of course they do. They have to try to throw me off because I don't have notes and I don't have a script. And they have to throw me off. So, and I don't feel like going up and getting them to stop. So anyways, Baphomet is the duality. You'll see humans, between human and animal. You will see the 5 elements in him. And I really don't feel like starting this over because of my cats distracting me right now and what they're doing. And I don't feel like leaving and going to get them. So anyways, you will see that Baphomet is got, okay, there are some hidden symbols that are right there. And the symbolism can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. But here we have fire. Let's get this one. You have fire, right? The scales represent fish, represents water. The wings are air. And here we see earth here. This needs to stop. Okay? Fucking fighting. So we got air, fire, water, earth here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the pentagram, right? So if you take this, you got the pentagram. And you even have a pentagram right here to show it right up here. But look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? We add the flame here, but we have the pentagram. The pentagram is the 5 elements, air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. But when mixed with the hexagram, which represents, the planetary powers, each point represents the planetary powers. And in the middle is the sun, which if you do planetary magic with the 6-pointed hexagram, the Star of David, you would have to draw them out if you wanted to get the solar. It's 6 times in each element. But anyways, I digress. This is not about how to do ceremonial magic. I'm just going to tell you this, is that the pentagram within the hexagram represents man. And the hexagram represents the divine. So we have the divine within human, okay? We have the word, which represents completion. Abrahadabra. You ever hear of abracadabra? Well, Crowley called it abrahadabra. The vowels equal the humans, the A's. It's only A's. 5 A's, right? That represents the pentagram. Now, we have the 6 consonants, which is B, R, H, D, B, R, which represents the divine, the God, the goddess, the divine, the heavenly parent, the divine parent. And the consonants are going to represent the 6-pointed star. So here we have literally, I'm going to show you the fingers. And again, the fingers are pointing up and down, as above, so below. But why two fingers? Why not one finger? Why not all hands? Why not this? Why not the middle finger? Well, we have actually the middle finger, but these two fingers. Now, if you look at palmistry, okay, this represents Jupiter. This represents Saturn. Now, if you look at the Kabbalah Tree of Life diagram, Jupiter, right? So we got Jupiter and we got Saturn. Saturn is Binah. And Binah is the Tree of Life. And you got Chesed, which is Jupiter, which is the father. And Binah represents the mother. So we have the mother and father. But why this? Why is it like this? The moon. This is going to represent, so we got the plane. So we got this. Why is it like this? Everything has symbolism within the Baphomet. So again, what is the moon? It's in the Tree of Life, right? Your sword. Why a goat head? Why did Eliphas Levi make this image? Why not with a deer? Why not an animal with, oh, I don't know, a lamb? Why not a lamb? Why not a snake? Why not, let's say, I don't know, a tiger, a lion, a bear? Because he wanted this image. The points are very important. The image he chose was Pan, the head. And Pan, being a lusty god, being a god of the earth, being a god of, his name means all. Panos, I believe, in Greek. Pan, we call him Pan here, it means all. Do you understand this? Why he's chose it? Pan means all, like Pangea, the all land. A pandemic means pandemic, an epidemic that has gone across the world. He chose a god that meant all, but also Pan now became the symbol of the devil. So he wanted to basically put a pin up the church's ass because he was able to get away with it at this year. He wasn't going to be burnt at the stake. It's 1854 now, you know? And, yeah, they weren't burning people at the stake or hanging them for this. So he did it to annoy the shit out of the church. But also, he also wanted symbolism. Okay? Pan meaning all. Meaning Baphomet is complete. And everything is complete. So we look at Baphomet. Now, there was some things about the church saying, oh, Baphomet is really a term meaning for Mohammed, that they were worshiping an idol representing Mohammed. This is where it's be debunked, because if you know anything about Islam, being a Muslim, they will not worship an image of Muhammad. There is to be no imagery of Muhammad or Allah. No idolatry for that, right? So, theory gone. Okay? If we look at the word backwards, Okay? So it's spelled Baphomet, is Tem of Ab. What does Tem of Ab mean? The father of the temple of peace of all men, which also meant at that time for women too. But, it was very patriarchal back then. So that also, I'm going to try my best. Because let me see. Okay. Temple omnium hominum pax abbas, which again means the father of the temple of peace of all men. And I forgot to get a symbol because this even, we're going to go down the rabbit hole even more. I forgot to get something. I got this symbol. Y'all know what this is? This is a symbol of Lucifer, right? What? Why am I bringing this up, y'all? Okay. What does this look like? Turn the Lucifer symbol upside down. What does this look like? Well, let's go see. To me, it reminds me almost like an Egyptian god or Egyptian pharaoh. But look. Look at this. The pyramid. And what they did was, well, what about the up and down hands? They put a key, like you'll see like an image with the key Leviathan here and the key of Leviathan there. Because when you see images of Baphomet, there is the white moon pointing up and the black moon pointing down. Meaning the pointing to the light and pointing to the dark. But why a moon? Why not the moon and the sun? This gets even better. Why is the M? Why is there an M? His wings shaped like an M. Why aren't they just up? Why aren't they just out? Everything has meaning, people. See, the Templars were very much into numerology. And here's the thing. They also were into Mary Magdalene. M is the 13th letter. Now, you're going to see statues. If they were built by Templars, you're going to see like Jesus statues like this. You're going to see Mary statues like this. You're going to see saint statues just like this. You notice that's pretty hard to hold this position. The M. Why are they holding their hands? Why? It represents 13. 13 was a very important number. That's why the Pope decided to choose to slowly roast Jacques de Molay on Friday the 13th to send him a message. To send the Templars a message. 13 represents M. Represents Mary Magdalene. The Holy Grail. Look at this. You ever see Michelangelo's picture of the Final Supper? Where they made like Jesus moving towards, or Yeshua moving towards Mary Magdalene. Look at this. Now, let's also look why he chose Pan. Let's go back to the head. You ever see a woman's reproductive system inside? Like diagrams? Fallopian tube? Right? You have, asbestos. Hey! And the beard represents the pubic hair. But the whole feminine organ is represented through the goat. And there are some Sunday schools that taught that women were evil or had inherently evil in them because of the reproductive system shaped like the devil. I kid you not. I'm going to go get my tablet. Oh, sit my fat ass back down. And woman's reproductive organ. Let's see this. Wait. Come on, man. Don't give me a pop-up. Okay. We're just going to be interested in this. Here we go. Here we go. Now the flame represents... But look. The flame... I know the flame is not there, but look. And here you would have the pubic hair, which represents the goat beard. And they said, well, every woman has the devil in them. Where I'm getting to a point. Trust me. I think you know where I'm getting at. Why is it male and female? The divine magical child. The combination of male and female. But why these images? Why the Holy Grail? Why the M? Why only pointing at the moon, which represents the feminine power in, not all cultures saw as the moon as female. But here, Eliphas Levi did. The Templars saw like more the moon represent Mary. Even the Catholics will say, yeah, the moon represents Mary. But she has no light of her own, because she depends on the sun, the Father God. But still, Catholicism has represented the moon as Mary. We always see her on top of the moon, right? We always see her with the moon. The crescent moon. And Mary Magdalene also represents the Grail and the moon. Could this be an image to hide the goddess, or the goddess of Gnosticism, Hagia Sophia, the holy wisdom? Possible. But here we have more of the upside down pentagram. We have the upper pentagram represents okay, a lot of people will say this represents evil and chaos and ooga booga booga the boogeyman. But let's look at this. This can also represent the pentagram upright. Oh, it's good and light and sweet. No. The pentagram... Oh, God. I don't want to get into the whole pentagram. That deserves a presentation on itself. I'm going to stay in Baphomet. But this can represent prayers going up. And then with our prayers going up, we make manifestation. Bringing spiritual energy to matter and bringing matter to spiritual energy. We have the divine flame here, too, to represent the black flame. The flame of illumination and knowledge and wisdom. But we ain't done with this. We're going deep into the rabbit hole. So, the white moon is the moon of Chesed, and the black moon is the moon of Geburah. Again, Chesed, Jupiter, and Geburah is Mars. But what is between it? What sphere is between it? It is Tifereth. the sun. So, yes. The arm that is up is masculine, and the arm that is down is feminine. The flame of illumination, true knowledge, the flame of wisdom is the magic light of the universal equilibrium, the balance, the image of the soul that trumps the manifested matter while being tethered to matter, but the soul shines above matter. We are not humans having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So, yes. Why, you see, he also showed a yogic position, which he is combining Western ideology with Eastern ideology. So, Western magic with Eastern magic and spirituality. As you see the yoga and the yoga pants, the yoga pose, the crossing of legs, like he's in a this Baphomet is in meditative state. We got little Baphomet, and here you will see salva and coagula, which means to dissolve and to coagulate. So basically, it's a hermetic philosophy of break it down, and make it into something better, or making like the philosopher's stone or gold, turning which is in the ritual of the hexagram, INRI, right? Isis, right? We got INR, Yod, Nun, Resh, Yod, right? You have Isis, mighty mother, Scorpio, Apophis, destroyer, Soul, Osiris, slain and risen, Isis, Apophis, Osiris, Iao, which you vibrate to. And then you say, of course, let the divine light descend. But we're going to go deeper. We're really going to go deeper. The truncated pyramid. The pyramid. That Baphomet comes out of the pyramid to represent the point. We have earthly matter. We have to spiritual matter. We have as above, so below, as within, so without. Okay, the rod, the penis, is the symbol for eternal life. That you will live on for eternity. You may shed your body, like, you buy a car, it breaks down, well, you go into a new car, right? So the rod, the penis, the penar, as people like to call it now, and the phallus represents the spiritual for eternal life. So we see that Baphomet contains the whole accumulation of the alchemical process, which is the wisdom of oppositional forces, right? To create astral life. And this, my friends, is the basis of magic and enlightenment. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole law. Love is the law, love and the will. And as we know why Crowley did the upside down pentagram, one, I guess to piss off the Golden Dawn. He was part of the Golden Dawn as he takes over the Western the Western side of the world of the OTO. He did not create the OTO. Stop spreading that bullshit and lie. He did not create the OTO. He changed the order. He did. And the reverse pentagram was like, because the astrological sign goes this way, counterclockwise. We like to go this way. So how do we fix it? We turn the man upside down. Now, everything is going clockwise. That's why he used the adverse pentagram. Pentagram flipped over in the star ruby. So, yeah, there's that. So this represents true will. Not what you want to do. Whatever the hell you want to do. No, your true will, your destiny. What you are meant to do. We could do good or we could do evil. And this represents good and bad within it. And this is also a little known secret that there was a being called Abrasax that had all this within him, pretty much. And Abrasax, let's go look the image of Abrasax, shall we? Let's go look at that Abrasax. I'm going to show you a being of Abrasax. And I'm saying this is going to be a long video. Come on, give me image. I don't want to shop for him. Abrasax. Here is Abrasax. Like in the... Now he's turned into like the chariot card. Look. We got the snakes. Snakes. You see the snakes, y'all? Snakes. Snakes. A rooster head. Human. Rooster. Abrasax. We got the... Well, we got the sun and the moon. I got him. Abrasax is both male and female. Abraxas, Abrasax, Abraxas. Either way, however you want to say it, Baphomet, Baphomet. Here's another one. You know, this is a shield. Well, what do you think this is? You see it? The shield? You see the shield? If you don't see the shield, it's right here, folks. Abrasax is both the light and the dark. And as just like Baphomet is the light and the dark, chaos and order. Order and chaos. And so Baphomet is the image of balance with the symbols of opposing forces, opposite forces. Opposites attract. It's basically you, Baphomet's in us, becoming divine, becoming like God's, the perfection, the person who does the great work. Baphomet is the great work. As we see this, as we see Lucifer. Well, I'm not going to say Baphomet is Lucifer. So we got this. That's how. And I am going to now show you another image. I am going to show you another image of what I'm talking about, the symbol of Lucifer. Let's see if I could get a good one. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. I want to see that. Shoot. Let's see if I can find what I'm trying to tell you. No, not with the upside down crosses. I'm looking for one with. I have a Lucifer pendant that has the keys of Leviathan. Interesting enough, Leviathan. You see what this says here? Oh, well, it's right here. This around the seal says Leviathan. Now, Paul Cadman, in his wonderful book, I recommend it, of Tiamat, he does a lot of research from the stories of ancient Babylon to the Bible, of where God breaks up Leviathan, where Marduk defeats Tiamat. That, the great dragon of the abyss, the abysmal waters, where the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans are divided. That drew gematria. Baal Kadmon has come up that Leviathan and Tiamat are 666. The number of the beast, or back, meaning that we go back, and means the address of, I almost said of Caesar. But however, 666 is more spiritual than that. If you look at the Kamea of the sun, and don't you bite me, Loki, you're getting mean. Kamea of the sun. Let's go look at that. Yes, leave sight. Sun Kamea, right? Or the Kamea of the sun. This is what I'm talking about. If you add all these numbers up, guess what number you get for the sun? Can you guess? 666. Again, the sun is in balance. And Tiferet is in balance between Geburah, severity, and Chesed, mercy. Binah is Saturn, the mother, the goddess. Yes. So are you getting an idea of what Baphomet is yet? I'm going to give you more. So it is a symbol of that you have been united in perfection, equilibrium. No, you don't, Mr. Loki. I see what you're doing. Oh, he's going up to this tree. He knows he was caught. He was gonna go into my statues like a bowling ball. Wouldn't have been that happy. Well, probably would have been funny, but hey. So, for instance, if you look at the words, like solve and coagula, to dissolve and to create, to destroy and to bring back. Baphomet is both the light and the dark within us, good and evil, good and bad within us. So, who is Baphomet? Who is Baphomet? You are Baphomet. I am Baphomet. We are all Baphomet. It's in us. We just have to connect with this duality, with this reality, with the God and Goddess. The horns and the hoofs. Horns and hoofs. Hoof and horn, hoof and on, all that die shall be reborn. You remember that song? Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. We are one, we all come from the Goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain. flowing through the ocean, hoof and horn, hoof and horn. You know that song? So the hooves and horns show that the instinctual nature of humans. We do have that reptilian brain within us. But the flame represents spiritual illumination and realization that we are better. I'm not saying we're going to be better. What I'm saying is that we have free will. We have true will. Just like Loki has free will to just destroy everything I have. And annoy the crap out of me right now, apparently. So anyways, Baphomet is meant to look scary. As we see Kali looking scary. You ever see Chinnamasta? Ooh. Oh, look. I gotta show you Chinnamasta. I did a presentation of her. But this just reminds me. Okay. And this represents the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna of yoga. So the Kundalini power, which rises from here and goes to here. So, but some masters can really rise their Kundalini from here to here. But there was one yogic saint that taught you to bring the spiritual force downwards, as we see right here. So, let me show you. I don't want an ADD moment. This is too important. Chinnamasta. You see? The headless goddess. Her name means the headless goddess. You see how this is? Just look at Baphomet. This is Kundalini yoga. Y'all see it, right? This is actual Murti and the temple. This is the flow, the rising of the yogic powers, the rising of Shakti meeting Shiva. The bust, as they say, the opening of one's head. Don't open your head, please. But the removing of the, well, you still have the ego, as you see, and she's feeding it. But she shows you how to have control over it. The yogic power of, they say, of opening the head. Spiritually, metaphorically speaking, opening the head. Or removing the head. Or busting open the head. Metaphorically, not physically, please, or literal. So, we see that this is tantric. There's a lot of tantra in it. And tantra is not all about sex magic. Sex magic is its own thing. Tantra is not just cardinal. Of course, cardinal knowledge is in this, but also spiritual knowledge. So Baphomet is meant to look scary, terrifying, hard to look at for those who are not ready. Just like Kali is terrifying, just like Chamunda is terrifying, just like Chinnamasta is terrifying, and Dhumavati. We have terrifying goddesses like that. It looks scary for those who are not ready. Because it is easy to love someone looking like Sarasvati or Lakshmi or maybe, Demeter or something like that. But to look at something scary, you have to be ready. So be willing to face the terrible within the divine. It's a test for yourself. Pass or fail is up to you. Baphomet is complete, total and complete. So as I said, he represents the like, if you look at the Book of the War, Abra Hadabra is the reward of Ra Horkui. So Abra, not abracadabra, but Abra Hadabra. Remove the C and put an H. Either way, it is magic. So it is represents the whole reward of the struggles to unite with God, with Goddess, with the divine, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there is that. And let me show you this one. This one has, and we see the caduceus. The caduceus is pronounced different ways. The third eye, the Agnya chakra, enlightened, and right above the third eye, well, that's more like Soma and Guru chakra right here, and that would be this Sahasrara chakra right here, flaming and open. We see caduceus with the, and it's actually like a DNA symbol. See the DNA? And okay, so why is it like this? Why is the snakes again? The right side of the brain, right, controls the left side of the body. The left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. Look it up. So we see once the Kundalini rises, things go switcheroo. It's sort of like going out, but I'm just saying, it's just, there's energies that go switcheroo. Let me get my book. Big one. Didn't need anyone to see my. I think it's in this one. Or it might be in the chakras. No, it might be in the chakras. Shoot. Which is... I'm going to show you something. It's possibly in it, so... And if I have to climb for it, I'm not going to get it. I may have to climb for it, so I may not be able to show it. Because I have giant bookshelves. They are giant. They go almost to the ceiling, and I have high ceilings here. Very high ceilings. So just to give you an idea. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Sorry, folks. But it's in Harry's book, Chakras, where it shows how the energies are. So, yeah. Ow. I gotta get something to drink. But we also know that Pawn, and as we know, you ever hear of Black Phillip? Yep. Also interesting to note why Eliphas Levi also chose it. There's another thing. Italian witchcraft. It was said that women, did there be some men rode on the goats? And the goats, of course, have a lot to do with magic and witchcraft. So in the 1960s, enter Anton LaVey, who also liked to do shit to shock people. Not as much as Aleister Crowley really had a lot of fun. And Aleister Crowley used Baphomet. But Aleister Crowley also said that he was, in his past incarnation, he was Eliphas Levi. That's what he claims. Yes, Aleister Crowley. Not Crowley, because as he said, if you consider me holy, call me Crowley. And when Ozzy Osbourne came out with that song, a little bit ADD moment, Mr. Crowley, they got mad. They kind of wrote him letters and said, by the way, you're pronouncing his name wrong. His name is Crowley, not Crowley. And he goes, well, I made him famous, and we didn't need you to make him famous. Sorry, but I love that song. Mr. Crowley, what has gotten your head? Mr. Crowley. So, anyways, we have Baphomet, the king and queen of the world. Well, here is the king of the world, more of the Satan, in which Anton LaVey used the goat of Mendes. This is also the goat of Mendes. So before anyone said, oh, how dare you not mention the goat of Mendes? That's another reason why it was used. But Anton LaVey used that as the goat of Mendes on his pentagram. So he was more of, he talked about the gods and goddesses, but he knew about the powers of the universe, but it was more atheistic Satanist. But his daughter Xena was theistic, or is theistic Satanist. I don't know. I heard that she went Christian or something, and then I don't know. I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. But maybe it was just wishful thinking from the Christian's part. But anyways, when I was talking about the key of Leviathan, it's right here. Hang on. See it? And in the Lucifer, one of the Lucifer pendants I have, but I can't find right now, it will have one here and one there to represent the moons that Baphomet will point at. Now, as you notice, let me get you Kali so I can show you something. I'm gonna get you Kali. Let's go to Kali Ma for a second. I don't know if you see me with my hair up and everything. Who cares? Fear not with the hand like this. But when the hand is like this, it means I give you blessing. Fear not, and I give you blessing. Fear not, my child, but I give you a blessing. And some Kalis have it on the opposite hand. Out. Oh, what does that one? No, that one has. Well, either way, this only has two arms. The Baphomet, as you see. But you see the hands. I give you blessings. I give you boons. I manifest the spells you're doing. But I give you fear not. Have no fear. Oh, the only thing you need to fear is fear itself, right? Remember that saying from one of our presidents? And let me put her back. I just wanted to show you that. So the Satanic Temple, I'm not going to say they're all atheists, but it's pretty much like an atheistic group, and basically a group that knows more about the law and the Constitution and the amendments than these Bible-thumping that likes to. I see Baphomet also is going to represent justice. Truth, justice in the American way. That if you're going to, they basically put a Baphomet statue, what was it? Yeah, how much did I do? 2015 in Washington Monument, when they decided they wanted to put something religious like the Ten Commandments. So they put a big Baphomet with two children saying, well, if you're going to be fair to one religion, you have to be fair to all. So they're fighting for everyone's religious freedoms, not just, they're also atheistic. Free to be an atheist, free to be agnostic, free to be Judaic, free to be Christian, free to be Wiccan, free to be Satanism, freedom of expression. So wherever they're putting the religious stuff, they're going to be putting it. Like after school with Satan. So because they wanted to put like after school with Jesus and stuff. And then they say, if you're going to put Christianity, well, we're going to put Satanism. Oh, you want to take abortions away, the right to abortion? Okay, we're going to provide abortion clinics. So again, they're fighting for your right to your own body. It's not your body, my choice. It's your body, your choice. So they're really, fighting. So yeah, there's that. So this is just as saying this is an ancient image, like you see movies and they uncover an ancient temple. Oh, look! And this is not an ancient image. This is nothing from the 1500s or the 1000s. Okay, this was put together by Eliphas Levi. All right, it's not an ancient thing. I remember watching one show where it was an ancient Aztec temple, but they were worshiping their version of Satan, and this was shown. Ooga booga booga booga. No, the Aztecs never worshipped anything like that. Sorry, but hey, it's good theatrics and stuff. Well, not all the Aztecs worshipped this, but there's a sect that did. Ooh, fun movie, but yeah. So we see a sexual image of the penis going up to and create a sexual act of creating life, or also using sex magic to create a spiritual thing that you want to do or manifest something, or creating a spiritual being. And I'm not going to get into it right now, but doing something magical with sex magic. And this guy also has it there. See, Baphomet? I want to get the box. Is this I want to see why I'm calling it Baphomet. That's it. I'm going to get the box. Be right back. Where's the box? Where's the box? Baphomet. Here we go. Baphomet. It's by Cult Cuties. And it's really cute. And I want to keep the box forever. See? Baphomet, boopity boo, by Nemesis Now. If you know me, you know what boop by going with boopity boo. But yeah. See, and he has a little skull. Wah. So again, life within death. You see, life, death. So Baphomet represents life, death, creation, destruction, chaos, order. Dissolving and putting back together. So the act of all of it's there. And one of the things in yoga to keep in your power is he's doing a yogic meditation, crossing the legs. I don't want to get into that right now, but you'll see yoga, Western and Eastern philosophies coming together. So again, air, fire, water, earth, spirit. The pentagram, even right here, it's right here, and the hexagram. But if you were to take this away, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. The flame of the occult knowledge, the black flame of the left-hand path. I also like to use Baphomet when I am doing like a thing, working with a daemon, or like say, I don't know, Dantalion, Belial, or Belial, but as well, Codman explained why it's Belial. So check his book out on Belial. He'll really great book on Belial. So I also like to use Baphomet for different things. Defense, offensive. Now, can you pray to this being? Some people say that this is real. They have met Baphomet, or that they had contacted Baphomet, and Baphomet has answered their prayers. It is the union of God and Goddess, but also it seems that to point more towards a hidden goddess, which in Gnostic goddess was Sophia. You also have Sige, but her name means the holy wisdom. And you see the moon right here, the image of the moon, the light moon, the dark moon, the phases of the moon of light and dark. So do you think it's a symbol of evil? And you see, or a symbol of good? Both. Could be both of what, everything. You see the manifestation, the pentagram, rising from the manifestation. And that reminds me of the album called The Force by Onslaught. Okay, and on this album, no, this is The Force, I'm sorry, I think it's the Power from Hell. Sorry, yeah, the power from, not the Force, but the Power from Hell. Oops, sorry, I take that back and I'll show you what I mean. Hell. Here. Power from Hell. Let's go look at some album covers and we'll see why he has. You'll see Baphomet on keychains, shirts, tank tops, dresses, purses. Look at this. This is cool. This is gothic. I want to scare my parents. But, yeah. So, show no mercy album. Let's go. Show no mercy. So let's go here. Under the sign. Mark. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Where is it? Here it is. Bathory. And there is band. Show you. Yes, leave. This is a metal band called Baphomet. Right here, that's the band Baphomet. Check it out. Check them out. And if you look at lesson in violence lyrics, I'll show you. You see Lesson in Violence by Exodus. If you got something to say, then come my way. I'm guarded by Satan. I'm riding on Baphomet. So they pronounce it Baphomet. I'll teach you a lesson in violence you soon won't forget. The pleasure of watching you die is what I will get. I love that song. So, yeah, so some Exodus pronounce it Baphomet. More of a French term. So, Baphomet is duality, together, in union. And you'll notice that a lot of religious figures have the fingers pointing up. And one of the meanings is, hey, listen to me. I have something important to say. Baphomet has something important to say. And you see how it's feathers. Why feathers? Why not scales? He wanted to also put angel wings. He's the fallen angel, Satan, the devil. But also angelic wings, shaped like an M. Like I said, the Grail. Also, that truly we are supposed to be custodians of this world. We are supposed to guard this world and protect the world and everything on it. But also on top of the world, to be beyond just the mundane and material. That yes, that you are rising above the world. Like in one of the things in the LBRP, with Donald Michael Craig says, when you do the LBRP, like you can stand and visualize yourself rising above the world until you see a light above your head. And then you go, Ata, Malkuth, Vegavua, Vegadula, Lelam, Amen. Right? So, and that's the Kabbalistic cross of the LBRP. What else can I say? What else can I tell you about? We have the animalistic nature. We also have human nature. He looks almost like a sphinx, doesn't he? Like a composite of animal and human form and angelic form because of the wings, because goats don't have wings, right? So we got something, again, that were air. And it represents air, the feathers. And feathers represent air. So, what else can I say about Baphomet? Baphomet. How do you pronounce it? What do you think about it? Aleister Crowley used Baphomet a lot. This image. He loved the shock and awe people. And speak through symbolism. So, yeah. What do you think about it? Let me know. So, this is what I'm going to talk about Baphomet. And by the way, here represents the third eye. And in Hindu deities, past, present, future. The three eyes. And of course, it means more than that. But yeah, so Baphomet has past, present, and future. I really like this one. This is my new one, folks. This one, my other half got to piss off my ex-landlord who went evangelical Christian. Put it up where he has to look at it every day. It's so cute, look. It's so cute. You see, he's got a little silver sticker. Nemesis Now. Check them out. They got cult cuties. It's so cute. But, yeah. And you see the shield, like I said, is Abraxas. The shield on Abraxas. Let's go back. I'll just look at it one more time. And again, I teach through a little bit repetition. That's how I learn. So, shield. Shield. The caduceus. So, yeah. Anyways, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. I don't get any money from these videos. I don't get 1 red cent. I don't get anything from YouTube. I don't have a Patreon account, so the way you can pay me is to like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and if you want to, I accept all good energies for protection of my cats, for me. Hey, wish me wealth, success, and prosperity. Even if you're watching this video 10 years from now, I will accept it. Do a simple ritual, do a grand ritual that can last for a week, whatever you like, I will accept as payment. So, good luck, protection, happiness, bind my enemies, banish them. Hell, even hex the enemies if you want. So, yeah. I got a few that are very jealous. But anyways, yeah. So if you watch this video 10 years from now, you can do that. Please subscribe to my channel because that lets me know that I am doing a good job. So, folks, love yourself. Believe in yourself. There is only one of you. And as always, blessed be.